Personally, I loved the most recent Nintendo Direct, but for a lot of people out there, it didn't quite do it for them. And you know what? That's okay, but what I can't understand is how some people can lose so much energy over it, because at the end of the day, who cares? Alright, so I'm not going to focus on any of the details from the newest Nintendo Direct, because they don't really have anything to do with the point I'm trying to make here, in that it doesn't really matter if they suck. Again, just because I personally like the most recent Nintendo Direct, I'm not going to argue with anybody that thought it was the worst thing ever, because contrary to how this video might be twisted, I am in fact not a Nintendo fan man, or boy for that matter. All I'm saying is that I don't really understand how someone could be genuinely angry over a Nintendo Direct is all. Sure, it's alright to be passionate and give Nintendo the business for not giving us something like a new F-Zero game after decades of waiting, so I'm not calling anybody out for being critical of the most recent Direct, or any other Direct past, present, or future for that matter. After all, fans voicing their opinions is one of the only ways to tell companies what we want. Hell, I've been shouting at every rooftop about how Persona games need to be ported over to the Switch so that the franchise can get new fans, but I was never angry about it or anything like that. I mean, sure, I did make an entire spite video calling out anybody who were dicks to me in all my videos regarding the topic over the years, but that was in response to the dickery, not the fact that people didn't want Persona games on the Switch. It'd be like somebody cutting you off on the highway and giving you the finger while they did it. I'm gonna flip them some birdage in return, but that wouldn't mean I'm against cars or anything like that. So yes, obviously everybody should make their voices heard if they're sick of 30 straight Kirby ports. All I'm saying is just, for your own sake, don't lose any sleep over it. To be fair though, I don't think most of the critical comments after every Nintendo Direct have genuine anger behind them, but I'm pretty sure like 10% of y'all get a little bit too worked up over it to the point where it's probably ruining your mood. People will say things like, I've been waiting 20 years for a new F-Zero game, how dare Nintendo personally do this to me? But it's like, no, you weren't waiting 20 years for one video game, you were playing a bunch of other games, watching movies, and doing God knows what else during this time gap. I mean, literally ever since I can remember, I've wanted a new Mario game in the same vein as Doki Doki Panic, aka Super Mario Bros. 2, and I'm probably never gonna get it. But you know what? Even though I probably don't want them as badly as other people want certain games, I'm certainly okay with this, because at the time of this recording, there's tons of other video games that I really want to play, some of which I actually own, but I just don't have the time to do it. It's not like I'm super busy or anything like that, there's just a lot of games in existence right now. So you know what, if there's a clog in the pipelines of Nintendo, or really even Sony or Microsoft for that matter, then great, that's fine. And I can keep chipping away at all those other games in the meantime. Sure, a lot of these games may be old, but I've never really understood the fascination with only wanting to play new games. Ideally, I'd be caught up on every video game ever made and play all the new ones as soon as they come out, but I don't even think that's possible if your entire life only revolves around playing video games and absolutely nothing else whatsoever. A lot of the same people who act like they play every game that's ever come out are the same ones who boast having hundreds of hours of playtime in certain games. But I don't care what anybody says, nobody is playing everything, so if you don't like one of the newer games, then why is there such a stigma against playing something that might have come out a few years ago? I mean, the stigma doesn't seem to be there when it comes to playing brand new ports of older games, so why can't people just play a gem like Astral Chain, which I know for a fact that a lot of you skipped? I know some people don't have multiple consoles and really do only have the Switch as their main form of entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, but even if Nintendo neglected your favorite IP for like the 27th time in a row, I find it hard to believe that there really wasn't at least one or two things in the Direct that can hold you over until the next batch of games comes out. A lot of people are pissed at how many Xenoblade games the Switch has, but like the company who develops these games literally only exists for the sake of developing more Xenoblade games, so I can't even fathom the anger over more of these games coming to the Switch, even if you personally hate them. I mean, honestly, what do you want Monolith Software to do, make Mother 4? They wouldn't even know where to begin due to the lack of Xenoblade involved in the project. Again, there's nothing wrong with Xenoblade, or any other game for that matter, not being your cup of tea, but if there's a game that's announced that isn't hindering what you want, and a lot of people are happy with it, then why not just let them be happy? By all means, ride Nintendo's asses for ignoring your wishes, sure, I just don't see the point in ruining other people's fun is all. You know what, even if there really isn't anything you like in a Nintendo Direct, it's not like Nintendo benefits from you being unhappy with their upcoming lineups. In fact, it actually hurts them if you're not buying anything from them. If Nintendo doesn't make anything you want, then don't buy any of their games, and if they never deliver your hopes and dreams again, then sell your console and play something else so it teaches them a lesson to listen to you. Of course, this reaffirms my stance that you should absolutely give Nintendo hell for neglecting your favorite IPs. Just, you know, chill the frig out and don't take it so personal is all I'm saying. But of course, let's keep being critical and keep them on their toes. Anyway, that's all for today, but if you got a kick out of my incoherent rambling and disturbing imagery, though, then you should check out this video I made ranking every Smash Ultimate character from good to evil, but if you'll excuse me, though, I gotta go water my snake. Later!